Hi, I'm Alexa.
And I'm Andrea.
Welcome to As You Are.
In today's episode, we wanted to talk about navigating in your 20s and also being in different phases in life and stages with people close to you. It could be your friends, your family, because in your 20s, we go through so many changes and so many things happen in our 20s
Yes.
that we're dealing with right now. So we wanted to have a conversation and it's more like a laid back
Chat.
update.
Yes.
Everything all in one.
Yes, I love it. I'm excited about this.
Yeah.
I feel like usually we tend to try to educate and
share our experiences and what we know with the
but I
world.
feel today it's like a nice catch up and maybe you can relate to some stuff
Yeah,
that we're saying.
relatable conversation.
Yeah, relatable
because,
conversation.
I think a lot of people
Feel the same.
and it's normal.
Yes.
And I guess listening to our experiences can be relatable.
Yes.
And hopeful.
So we can start back in high school.
Yes.
For me, if you're new to the podcast, I'm from Haiti. Andrea's from Venezuela.
Yes.
And I went to a high school that is a French system high school, but very small school compared to what you'll see, for example, in the US. Yeah, so I think we were around 40 people in the class. And these people were the ones that, every year we went through all of us at the same time and graduated at the same time and were in the same classes.
Okay.
Like whether it was English, math, French, whatever, it was like the same class. So these are people that I would see every single day of my life.
Yeah.
I woke up, I saw them, I was with them. I was in that school more than anywhere else.
Yeah, and you are in the school and then you do extracurricular activities with them, and then over the weekend you go to your friend's house, you stay there, they stay with you, so you're around these people a lot.
I loved having sleepovers at my house and having my girlfriends over. It was always girls, no guys.
Yeah.
Just girls. And for my birthdays, that's what I would always do, have my girlfriends at home. That's
Sleepover?
the best. Yes.
Oh,
Sleepovers
nice.
at home. What about you? How was your school? Did you also go to the same classes? All the classes,
my
same
school,
people?
I went to my school. I know here in the US it's different, high school and what's that? The one before?
Middle school?
High school and middle school. Some people go to different schools. Back home, I went to the same school since I was 4 till I was 18.
Oh, you went from the same school to the same school from 4 to 18?
Yeah.
Wow.
Didn't you?
For me, it was a little complicated because I started in the Haitian system.
Oh,
and then I transitioned to another Haitian school and then to the French system.
Yeah.
So, but still, there was a lot of people that was with me in the first school that went to the second school, and I don't know. But overall, I would say I've been with the same people my whole life.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
rarely ever did I meet anyone new.
Okay.
Until I went to the French system school, then there was some people that I didn't know of that I met and became friends with, but mostly it's all people that I've known or that my parents know their parents.
Okay, I see. Well, back home at least it's very normal to go to the same school that long.
Mm-hmm.
So since you're 4 years old, there's, I think maybe in pre-K it's smaller classrooms, but I remember once you enter middle school, it's 40 people per class, and we had 4 classrooms, so we were 106 per year.
Okay.
And each year the classroom would change, the people would be switched to different classrooms, but still it's the same 160 people. And my school particularly, we were a lot less girls than boys, so it was 25% girls, 75% boys.
Wow.
So
yeah,
it was
I remember you told me that.
Yeah, so it was per classroom.
Because it used to be all boys school.
It used to be an all boys school, and then they became both gender school, and then it was a slow process to get even numbers. But in my experience, it was usually 10 girls per classroom and 30 boys per classroom. So it was very it wasn't balanced.
Yeah.
But I was always, I got used, that's all I knew, so I was used to it. But I was always with my friends. I had a very specific group of friends that we were very close, and we would like switch around between like classrooms. I would always be at least with one friend, so that
Yeah,
was
yeah,
nice.
yeah, yeah.
And then when we graduated in high school, that's when we all started leaving the country, which I assume it's the same experience that you
Yes.
had. And we bring that up because we wanted to emphasize that in school and in college, we follow a schedule basically. It's like
Mhm.
we are all going through the same things
Yes.
because that's what you're supposed to do. So you go to school and then you have extracurricular curricular activities afterwards, and then you have the weekend, and it's everyone is going through the same
It's so
thing.
planned.
It's so
It's
planned.
like
It's so
everyone
simple.
goes to class at the same time. Everyone has vacation at the same time. So usually the time period that everyone's traveling overlaps.
Overlaps,
And
yeah,
then the time
true.
period that everyone's studying for an exam overlaps. You know?
Yeah, so we are all going through the same thing at the same time. Same with,
Yes.
not exactly the same, but kind of the same with college. It's just a bit different because everyone chooses their own careers.
Mhm.
But we all go to college right after high school. You might take 1 year in between. No, that wasn't my exactly what happened with my group of friends exactly, but it was like we were kind of in the same schedule
Mhm.
as well during college.
Mhm.
The only difference was that we were all over the world, but at the same time we would plan to see each other during summer, spring break. So it was
Yes.
like kind of the same schedule.
Yes. Yes.
And once college is over, then
You have to figure out your life.
that's when you have like, okay, you have to figure out your life and be like, start making your own schedule basically. You don't
Yes.
have anyone doing the schedule for you. You don't have college to and classes to attend to. You don't have things set up for you. You have to set them for yourself based on
Yes.
what you want to do.
You know what? That took me a while to realize that.
Yeah, totally.
It took me a while to realize, oh, so I have to plan my days.
Yeah.
So I have to
Not my days, my
figure out.
life. It's like,
Yes.
okay, so no one's like, it's not my parents making me go to high school, and it's not me making me like it's not
Right,
like
right,
me choosing
right.
the career and then the college will like plan it for me. It's like, okay, I'm out of college, so what now?
Yes.
And I don't know if you realize right in the moment, it's like when you're there right after college, it's like, okay, what now? And then it's the shock. And then you need to start planning your life basically.
Yeah, you need to start.
And no, you don't have scheduled, you don't have anyone to do that for you. And that's when everyone's schedules change.
Yes.
And it's not aligned anymore. So some people are going through different things in their life. So some people are very clear on what they want to do and very motivated. I'm out of college. I want to do this. I found this job and let me start that job. Whereas someone else is like, okay, let me just take 1 year off and sabbatical year and travel. And then I can go back to work. And you have less responsibilities. So you are more flexible. Other people are getting married right after they marry their high school
sweetheart.
It's like they're.
And then I feel some people too are still, at least for like, there's definitely some people in my group of friends that are still kind of reliant on their parents still.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
you know, not being totally fully independent and trying to figure out what that means for them, how they become more independent. But then, like you're saying, some people fully independent with the house and starting to have kids and
and that's when you start noticing the different phases and stages of people around you and people close to you. And I think for me, it was kind of a shock in a way that wait, we're not going through the same thing anymore.
Yes.
And in the beginning, it wasn't as noticeable because it's not like as soon as you're out of college, it's like, okay, everything's changing.
Yeah,
no, it can take like a couple
over
years,
time that you
so like
realize.
a few years that you realize, okay, you're not fully aligned anymore, which is totally normal. But I think when we're in our 20s, we're not like mentally prepared for that. We're not even thinking about that because we have been used to something completely different for so many years until that very moment. And it was kind of a shock for me when I started noticing the differences.
Yes.
And
especially when your friends, very close friends, choose different career paths than you.
Yes.
And then the topics of conversation are now
Mhm.
different, and maybe they won't be able to relate to you 100% anymore
Yeah.
because they're not going through exactly what you're going through, and as much
Mhm.
as you want to explain it to them, they won't really get it 100%.
Yes, totally. Yeah, it's I don't know, it's so weird because it's not something that you think of until you're there, and you're not prepared for that.
Yeah. It just kind of happens, and then you just kind of wake up and you're like, "Huh. Okay. So
Yeah,
this is life now."
and it doesn't get better. It's not that it gets worse.
What do you mean it doesn't get
And
better?
what I mean, I don't want to say it doesn't get worse either. It's just like it keeps aggravating like the differences. It keeps
But you know
they keep
what?
being more noticeable.
But you know what I was just thinking?
What?
Cuz okay, so another part of it too is that right now nobody is going back home for the most part.
Yeah.
Haiti, Venezuela, everyone's
Mhm.
still staying outside.
Mhm.
Whereas if our home countries were maybe in a different situation, maybe most of our friends and us would have maybe gone home, and it
Right.
would have been
Right.
like a different scenario.
Right.
But also, I feel like the moment that everyone starts having kids and they have kids, then the schedule starts again because parents have to take their
Okay.
school. I noticed that parents have, it's like right now I'm at a point in my life where I don't know when spring break is.
Right. Right. Right.
I don't
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
when
Yeah. I
winter
know what you
break
mean.
is. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
have no concept of what goes on in school, what
Yeah.
goes on in college. Like I have no idea.
Mhm.
But once you start having kids, no matter really how old they are, you have to start following their schedule
Right.
because then there is a summer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there
Yeah.
is
True.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. 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 I
So
see what
I
you mean.
guess you do eventually go back to that schedule.
Yeah, but not at the same time as not necessarily at the same time.
Yes.
It's like not like let's say I have kids tomorrow and you have kids in 3 years. We have like a 3 year difference that
Yes.
we're not gonna be in the same schedule.
Yes. And then we might
Exactly.
overlap at some point.
We are
But then imagine what happens when your kids all go off to college and then you go back to just
yeah.
you
Yeah.
and your husband, and then maybe a lot of friends probably. I have to ask older generations. I feel like we should have someone of like an older generation
Yeah.
give their opinion on this topic, but probably then you do go back and collide with some of your old friends. Like as you're saying, it
Mhm.
probably the distance starts being more and more noticeable as you get older with your friends.
Yeah.
But then I wonder when you're at that point, does it kind of go back, or I guess it
Yeah,
depends.
I think so too. I think that'll happen, but now that it's at least in my case, I'm in that phase where all of my close friends, we are all in completely different stages. Like I have
Mhm.
friends that just had kids, I have friends who are getting married, I have friends who are moving to a different city, I have friends who are starting a new job. I have friends who are
Mhm.
traveling the world, some others figuring out their career, others figuring out their wellness journey. So it's like
Mhm.
all of us are like in completely different stages.
Mhm.
And it's not that I feel pressure by any of them because I've never, like, we've talked about this. We're both like very independent and very,
Mhm.
we really do what we feel in the moment, or at least try to really be aligned to whatever we're feeling in the moment.
Mhm.
So, some things that my friends are living right now, for example, getting married and have kids, etc., it's something that, of course, I want to do. And for some reason, I feel pressure because they're doing it. But I know it's not like what I really want to be doing right now, you
Yeah,
know?
right
So,
now it's not for you, but then again, you're kind of like missing out in a way, like
yeah, it's
from
like
the
they're living that, which is beautiful, and I'm living like those moments through them and with
yes,
them.
yes,
And I would love to be living those at the same time
together.
together,
Yeah,
but I know I don't
you're
want to
not
do
there
that right
yet.
now.
Yes.
So it's like that weird mix between like
Mhm.
feeling that I want to be there. It's like kind of not FOMO, but it's like I want to be doing that, but at the same
Uh-huh.
time I know
But
it's
it's like
not
you're
what
not
I really want to be
there.
doing. So
Yes.
it's a weird mix, even with like career and traveling. It's like my friend who's traveling, I would love to be traveling, but it's like not my main focus right now.
Right. I was
Oh,
gonna say, yeah, I feel like we all have different priorities, really.
yeah, and that's when you start like noticing the differences.
Hmm. And like you were saying, you now, like you're the person that decides
Yeah, when
when and how and your lifestyle and all of
and
that.
what.
So, yeah.
do you experience that with like people close to you? Have you ever felt like some sort of pressure or feeling that you're running behind?
I have to say, most of my friends from high school are not married yet
Okay.
or don't have kids yet. So I don't think I'm there yet with the pressure of kids.
Okay.
It's definitely something that I want for myself and that I'm working towards in my life. But I don't yet have that, like, not to say that you're comparing, but that, I mean, yeah,
It's not comparison. It's like you're leaving something so close to you that it's like,
yes.
that could be me.
Yes,
You know?
yes. Yeah. So and that it's like not comparison in the bad sense of the term,
Yeah,
but like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just it is what it is. There's something next to you, so you're like, oh,
Yeah.
look, this is different from what I'm doing.
Exactly.
But for me, it's, let's say, for example, with my family, my brother and his wife have two kids and we don't live in the same state. So that I would say is challenging for me, especially that I feel if maybe Haiti was good and everyone was in the same environment, then it would be like a more natural, like I would see them grow up and it would be like more of a unit. But now I feel, for me, where I feel that there is a challenge is with the different locations of people. Like, for example, my best friend was living in Paris for the longest time. Now she's planning on moving to the US. So that's great. So I'll be closer to her. But I feel like it's that distance that is really challenging for me.
Okay.
And I have other friends like in Canada and other places in Europe. Like, I don't know. I feel like everyone is kind of spread.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess like we have that situation where we had to like move abroad and everyone is moving whatever works for them and being away. Like everyone's all over the world, at least for my friends. It's like
Yes.
some here, some Europe, some back home.
Mm-hmm.
When I was younger, I always had like numbers, like ages in my head. Like, oh,
by this age, I want to be married. By this age, is that what you
yeah.
mean?
Or like when I'm 28, like I have my dream job. It's like I'm 28 and I'm like
Not
so
there
far from
yet.
there. So it's like, I don't know. Have you ever felt some pressure in like numbers like that? Because I know a lot of people like go through the numbers and be like, I want to be married by this age, have kids by this
Yes.
age, my business at this age, you know?
I think that growing up, I never had a number in my head. But now that I'm 27, it's like, okay.
Okay, you're doing the math.
So yeah, now I'm doing the math. And I'm going to
Okay.
be 30 in 3 years, which is wild.
Yeah.
And I think that's where, like, part of our topic of navigating your 20s, I think there's also so much pressure in the 20s. And then it's as if you have to have all of the 20s figured out before you move to the 30s, because the 30s is like
that's
another
a good point.
chapter.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's like so true. I see what you mean. That you feel that you have to like have it figure it out.
Yeah.
And it adds pressure to it for sure. And for me, at least, it adds a lot of pressure that even way younger, I was like, when I'm 18, I'm like, I'm an adult. And it's like you're turning 18 and you're like, what? I'm just a baby, you know?
I feel
And
like,
same
yeah,
with
I get what
20s.
you're saying with the numbers. Because for me, for example, I have this thing in my head where I'm like, I'm not going to wait till I'm 30 to get married. I don't want to.
Okay.
But it's for no reason.
For no reason.
Because
Yeah,
it's only
like,
3 years
number.
away. So it doesn't matter. Like, why does it matter?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, exactly. It's just like a number.
It's just a number that I've put in my head.
Literally, like, just take yourself back like away from the situation and think about it. It's just a number.
Yeah, and you take away yourself from society and like the expectations of what is supposed to happen in your 20s, all the milestones that you're supposed to hit.
Yeah.
Then, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But there's something about passing that threshold of 30s.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a definite point. And I do feel for myself that I put pressure, not pressure, but I do put a deadline. I do put a deadline, I have to say.
I've thought about it because, again, I always thought that when you get to like around this age where I'm at now, it's like you would have so much more figured out already. It's
Mhm.
like, you would have the answers for so many things.
Yes.
And once I'm here and I'm around more people that are the same age, I see that they don't have it figured out either, or not everyone. And it's like, okay, so you don't actually have to have all the answers right now. So you like
Yeah.
frees up some of like that stress, but it doesn't go away until you're there, So it's like
Yes.
anticipating that. And then once you're there, it's like, okay, it's actually, you don't have to have it ready,
Right. And for me, what allowed me to let go of having needing the need to have things ready is when I realized that even, for example, I have this aunt who is very free spirited. Actually, I have two aunts that are very free spirited, and they're probably, I would say, like in their 60s or around that, but they're moving to different places and having a boyfriend and starting a new hobby. And it's like they're still figuring themselves out and their life out still at 60. So then that made me come to the conclusion that, you know what? No one has it figured out.
Yeah.
Even the people that have been there for 100 years don't. It's like they're still working through some stuff. So I really do believe that as long as you're on this earth, is a lesson that is still to be learned. And so I think seeing older generations, I appreciate whenever older generations show their struggles or their things that they're working on, because then that makes you understand, like, oh, so it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to not have it figured out. But I feel like a lot of adults, and at least in my circle, I don't know how you feel, but a lot of the adults in my circle don't really expose their challenges. And they kind of put up a front of like kind of having things figured out. I don't know.
Well, I don't know if it's a sense of perception, because I remember like when you're a kid, you think that your parents know everything. And then when you get older and you might become a parent, you're like, figuring out as well.
That's true.
So it's like, maybe
I think it is perception. You're right.
maybe, yeah, it's just like we think like they know everything, they have lived a life, and then they might be 60 and they're like, actually, I'm like figuring out as I go, same as you are. So it's weird, because I think, at least in my case, I thought like so many things would be so much easier as you're older, but actually it's just like you're just doing this, like living the life the same way, but just with different things added to it, or like different challenges added to it as you get
When
older.
you think about it, it's kind of crazy that your whole life is so structured. And then for us, we're cocooned inside of our little countries and our little home with the same people. And then we're brought to a different country with a different culture and different customs, and having to adapt to that, and also adapt to like new people and a new just environment in general. And then still within some form of a structure, like you were saying, but then being expected to figure it out from there. It's like you really go from super structured to no structure at all, and you have to figure. It's like I feel the transition is very rough.
Transition to a different country?
The transition from high school, college to job.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
yeah,
and
totally.
even going from having summer breaks and having all of these wonderful breaks, and then you start working, and then there's PTO, and you're like, what? I don't have summer anymore? Like, what happened to my summer?
Yeah, totally. Then it was like 2 months free, and then it's like you get 20 days a year or something. Not even, I don't know.
Honestly, I feel like it has, when I think about it, it has been hard for me to adapt to that. I don't know. I'm not over having a month break.
That's not the way you like to live your life.
No.
Like, that's too little. Yeah, and I agree. And it's so funny that when you're younger, it's like you don't realize. It's like, oh, 2 months. It's like what you're used to, and then once you don't have it, it's like, girl, 2 months was a lot.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
Also, one thing that happened to me, which I don't know if happened to you, that at some point when we were in like different stages with my friends, for example, we start to grow apart a little bit because we're not living the same things. It doesn't necessarily need to be aligned with marriages or kids or anything, but literally different stages in life. Some people just want to enjoy being partying and going out and things like that. Other people are more focused, like career focused. And sometimes that can drive you away from people that you were once super close to.
Yes.
And that's very challenging in a way that realizing that growing up, it's making you grow apart certain people that you were once close to.
Yes.
And it was very hard for me to understand because it's like, why were we so close for like those 14 years that we were in high school, and then now that we're in college or that we are out of college, it's like we're growing apart. And it was challenging for me, and it was really not well, I would say sad, but not necessarily. It's not, that might not be the exact word, but it's
kind of like you had to make your peace with it. It's like you're letting go of
letting go of that part. And now that more time has passed, I have reconnected with some friends that we had grown apart a little bit just because we are now aligning again in those phases. So it's normal that with the different phases that you are on, then different friends come in and out too, because they have to align as well with what you're living and going through.
Yes. And I think it's like some friends, even if we don't talk ever, whenever we see each other, it's as if no time has passed.
Oh yeah, totally.
You know, and the friendship is the exact same as you left it 5 years ago, 10 years ago, you know?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I love those. I love those friendships where, especially when it's a mutual understanding of, okay, we don't have the power to sustain like a virtual friendship right now, because then that's what you have to do, like text, FaceTime, and all that stuff. But the reality of it is you have your life, they have their life, which if you didn't even have your phone in the first place, you would never even talk to them. But I just love people that understand that, okay, you are at different stages in different places, but whenever we see each other, it's as if no time has passed. That's the best.
Yeah, totally. And we wanted to do like rounds of questions too.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yes.
So dramatic. What phase of life are you in 2 words?
In 2 words?
In 2 words.
I was going to say figuring it out, but that's 3 words.
No, I feel it's more like adjectives, you know? Like,
oh, okay. I am growing.
Okay.
And I am grounding.
Yeah. I knew it was going to be something like that. Okay, what's your I'm not in the same phase as them moment?
People with kids.
Yeah. What's your go-to excuse when you feel out of place?
I have to say, okay, when I feel out of place. Okay, because it's definitely happened before where I've had a group of friends that are talking about something that I really do not care for, like whether it's a gossip or something, and I'm like, it's just not interesting to me. My go-to, I guess I'm tired. Like, yeah, I'm tired.
I gotta leave people.
Go home.
I need to wake up early tomorrow. Let me just.
No, but it's true because now I'm like very strict with my sleep.
You make it's not an excuse, people, actually.
Yeah, it's for real. I actually do want to sleep. It's just sometimes the conversation is not worth not me sleeping. You know what I mean?
That's happened to me so much. It's like, I should be sleeping right now. When I go home.
Damn, this is not worth it. I should be sleeping.
That happens to me so much. Sometimes I'm in a dinner and I'm like, why am I here? I came for the free food and I'm like stuck. Losing sleep. I need to leave, people. That's so funny. Okay. Your current vibe.
My current vibe?
Yeah.
My current vibe is peace. Is my current vibe.
I can see that. I like it. Biggest adulting fail this week.
Biggest adulting fail?
Why do you look so worried?
Because I've had many this week.
Many?
Well, you know, I'm trying to figure stuff out.
Okay,
so in terms
chill.
of adulting, there's like, I'm feeling I'm running behind. Well, I have to say, I'm very proud. This week I did a meal prep. Okay?
Good.
And I had food prepared for every single day.
Okay.
It was good. That was a big adulting moment.
Girl, but it was a fail.
I know,
Okay.
but I tried to focus on the positive, okay?
What's your biggest fail?
Positive.
Well, my biggest accomplishment this week. It's like, girl, it wasn't the question.
Okay, my biggest fail was probably my taxes. Was my biggest fail.
Okay.
My taxes.
Okay, I feel you. I'm with you.
Mhm.
Yeah. What's your current season in one emoji?
Emoji? Definitely the meditation emoji.
Okay, yeah, totally.
Yeah. Okay, now your turn. What phase of life are you in 2 words?
In 2 words. Wow.
See, it's not so easy to be on the other side.
I'm sorry. Okay, wait. I have one. Understanding
Okay.
and learning.
Okay. One word to describe your 20s so far.
20 so far? Wow. I would like to say evolving, but I want a more meaningful word. It's like I want like a big change.
Transformation.
Transformation. That.
Okay. What's one thing you thought you'd have figured out by now?
Bye.
Girl, the whole thing.
Girl, I thought I would be living in a house already with my dream job, even like my own business. I always left like marriage and kids more later in life, but
it is later in life.
It is. Now it's happening later in life for sure.
Yes,
but
it's
it's
later
like,
in life.
Yeah, but for sure, like career. I thought my career was gonna be
I
figured
feel like
out.
you've answered this question. Do you feel behind, ahead, or right on time?
I feel right on time.
Okay. I thought you were going to say behind. You were going to say behind.
No, I mean behind. I thought it would be behind, but now I think it's fine.
You're on time. Okay.
Right on my time.
What's something you no longer feel pressure to do?
Well, to follow a schedule. To follow what I thought it was my schedule, you know?
Okay.
To follow what I thought I should be doing.
What stage of life are you scared of entering? So many.
Not so many. I would say scared.
Scared. Scared is a big word. But like, is there one that makes you feel a little bit more anxious?
Anxious. I would say family. Like kids.
Like starting a family.
Yes.
What was your biggest fail as an adult this week?
This week, my biggest fail? One fail, which is so dumb. I went to the grocery store to get something and I didn't get it. I got like
everything else but that.
But the only thing I went to the grocery store for.
I feel that.
That's so like.
I feel that.
Why?
Yes. This is a deep question.
Deep?
What's something you pretend to have figured out?
Wow.
I guess I'd have to say career for me. Because right now I'm at a point where I have so many different paths that I could take. And sometimes it's just easier to be like, yeah, I'm doing good. Yeah, work is great.
Oh, well.
You know?
With random people, yes. No?
Yeah. Well, even if it's someone that I would feel comfortable explaining them to it, but maybe I don't want to get into it. So I'm just like, yeah, it's good. Like they just ask a quick question. I'm just like, yeah, it's great.
How are you? Well, actually.
Can you imagine? Well, actually, this is going on. That's great. It's like, no, it's great. Yeah. Because for the most part, I'm fine and it's great. But I just have stuff to figure out. So
yeah,
I guess that's one thing I pretend sometimes to have together. Or not pretend, but I just don't go there.
Yeah. Let's play this or that.
Okay.
So you have to rapid fire.
Okay. Rapid fire.
Rapid. Okay, wake up at 6 a.m. or snooze until 9 a.m.
6 a.m.
Group trip or solo stay vacation?
Group.
New job anxiety or job boredom?
New job, both.
I like it. Living with roommates or living with a partner?
Wait. Do I prefer to be anxious or am I experiencing?
No, it's like if you prefer to have like a new job and be like,
I prefer to have a new job and be excited than bored. Yeah.
Then
and anxious. Because I think that anxious, whenever I feel anxious, I just tell myself that I'm excited.
Yeah, exactly. Totally. See, I guess that's what they mean. It's like excited for the new job or like being in the stable.
No. I die with something bored.
Okay, no, nothing boring.
Yeah, nothing boring.
Okay, living with roommates or living with a partner?
Partner.
Therapy or it is what it is?
Therapy.
7 p.m. plans or spontaneous 11 p.m. hangout?
7 p.m. plans, please. Please do not do that to me.
Don't call me after 6 p.m.
No.
Okay, budgeting or vibes only?
I'm vibes only.
I know.
You know that.
I know.
I'm vibes.
Well, you kind of answered this one, but meal prep or Uber Eats again?
Meal prep.
Declaring your space or declaring your contacts?
Space.
Okay. What are you going to say?
Cry in the shower or cry in the car?
The shower.
Definitely the shower. Full-time job or full-time identity crisis?
I feel like I go through both at the same time. How's that possible?
How's that possible? So, what do you prefer? Full-time job? No? You prefer to always have an identity crisis? You prefer to always have an identity crisis?
No, but I don't get the question.
Yeah, I don't really get it either. Work emails or voice notes about life falling apart? ChatGPT took a whole other turn.
Work emails. I don't want to be sending, like, I don't want my life falling apart.
Oh, it's as if you were. Okay, wait, no, these are bad.
Okay, wait, others.
In bed by 9 or out past midnight?
It depends.
Really?
Yeah. Like in the week, for sure, I would like to be sleeping by 9, but in the weekends, I don't mind sleeping out, like staying up late.
Yeah, I would say for the most part, I'm in bed by 9. Like, I would prefer to be in bed by 9 than to be out past midnight. Like, on average.
Right, but I like going out, so I don't like.
Going out outfit or going out of budget?
What? What do you mean going out of budget? Oh, like my monthly.
I guess the question could be like, do you prefer to buy a going out outfit or to stay on budget?
Stay on budget.
Okay. That's a better question, right?
Yes.
Than whatever they ask.
Yes.
Deep conversations or delusional pep talks?
I like both. Depending on my mood, sometimes I want to have the conversations. Otherwise, I'm like in a woofy mood.
So this is navigating your 20s.
Yeah, and it's okay to not have it figured out. We are all in different phases, and it's normal, and we're all going through that. And it's fine if you're in a different phase as someone close to you, your best friend, your coworker, your family member. We are all in different schedules, and we also want to encourage you not to feel pressure of any sort, that if someone is going through something that you're not there yet, it's okay as long as you stay true to what you want. And
I would say even like to the deadlines that we set for ourselves, like we were saying.
Yes. Yeah, it's like let go of those.
It's like I'm really trying to let go of those.
Yeah, because when we set up those deadlines, we didn't go through what we have gone through now. And now, living all of those experiences, you realize that it's not as easy as you once thought, or it's not as linear as you once thought. So just remember that those deadlines that you put to yourself years ago might not align with what is happening right now, and it's okay to change.
It's okay. It's okay that things are changing. It's okay that not everyone is exactly how it used to be. And I think it's just a part of life and growing and flourishing in different ways. And I think that it's also like, it's beautiful to be at different stages in life. And at a certain point, your friends that are having kids now will be able to teach you certain things, or you're probably learning from them already.
Yes.
And I don't know, it all comes back, I think.
Yeah.
And the people that are most important will be there.
Yes.
No matter what.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah. So yeah, totally. And don't make choices for people so you can keep them in your life either. It's like if they're supposed to stay, they'll stay, and if they're supposed to leave, they'll leave. Maybe you grow apart and then you grow together after a couple years, or when you're aligned in your current situation. So
yeah. But 20s is challenging.
It is. And it's fine.
But I feel like definitely for you and I, the past couple years have been transformative
Very.
in our
Very.
20s.
I would say the past like 6 years, I'm like a completely different human being.
Oh, for
Eh.
sure. Than in high school, yeah.
Yeah, not even high school, even like after college. Like literally, I would say the past 6 years, I completely changed, and I'm a different human.
Yes.
So I'm proud of that.
Aw. Yeah, me too. I'm proud of myself.
Yeah.
Even though there's so much left to figure out.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Oh, one thing that I wanted to say last is I feel like we should remind ourselves too to enjoy the phase in life that we're in, because
Yeah.
it's kind of great that we don't have kids right now too, like in the sense that we should enjoy that phase of life. And also, you never know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
So just to enjoy each phase.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
each
That's a
phase has
good
something
point.
positive.
It's like as when you were a kid and you were like wanting to be like 18 so I could drive or like drink or like I could do all this stuff, and then you didn't enjoy. And it's not that you didn't enjoy, but you were rushing so much to get there that you were like driving by so fast the other things that were happening around you. So I like that. It's just instead of comparing and like trying to rush certain things, just enjoy the moment, because things may change sooner than you think.
Sooner than you think. I remember when I was a kid sitting next to my mom while she was driving, and my feet were like this on the chair. And I was like, I can't wait for the moment that my feet are going to touch the floor. I remember thinking that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why we're so excited?
I don't know. I felt like that would make me feel like an adult.
Oh, cute.
And now my feet touch the floor and I don't even notice it.
Oh, that's a cute thought when you were a kid, though.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Just let us know if you like this chat. We don't do like conversations like this too often, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too.
So let us know in the comments below. And the only way this podcast grows is if you liked our content and subscribe.
So please do. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify at As You Are Pod. All of the ones.
Everything at As You Are Pod.
Yeah. So please leave us comments, likes, share, subscribe. And we love you guys. See you next Wednesday.
See you next Wednesday.
Oh, next Wednesday.
Oh, true. We have something.
Again. Us again with the surprises. Setup will be different.
Surprises this season.
Yes, the setup will be different, and we will not have chairs.
Nope.
We might have an extra mic. So stay tuned.
So excited. Bye.